Oh man, my fat sausage fingers always tear these cereal box tops off. What am I gonna do? Bring on the Pallas. There we go, baby. There we go. Oh, shoot, look what happens, see? Sometimes you do need a knife for proper operation of your cereal box.
What's up, YouTubers? Today we're going to take a look at the Spartan Blades Pallas. Pallas, the Greek god or Titan god of Warcraft. And of course that jives well with the logo of Spartan Blades. This was in fact designed by Curtis Iovito, who is one of the Spartan Blades co-founders. This is a button lock folder. So yeah, it's got all that great fidgetiness there. It sports a 3.67 inch blade as I measured it, though they say it's 3 3/4. I'm going with my 3.67. Blade of S45 VN steel. Pretty good, nice balanced one, upper end steel. And it weighed in at 4.9 ounces and prices at $295. So, you know, it's a little bit higher there in the upper price range, but I think for what you're getting on the whole USA made knife, it's pretty good. And so I'm not going to come out of the gate and say that's overpriced. Some comparison alternatives, I think, in this range that you might be talking about is there's the Spartan Harsey folder. You can see similar blade lines, and the blade behaved very similarly. They were actually very similar blade stocks in thickness there. So yeah, it's kind of going to be a performer like that. You can get the vanilla ones of these for $460. That particular one just has etching and a little bit more expensive accoutrements. The Active Directory, that's kind of funny. You can tell I work in Windows World. The Andrew Demko Nye's 8020 Slimline, also kind of very similar. This is, in terms of in your price range, this would be $375 for that. Again, they feel very similar in hand. There's actually a little bit better contouring on the 8020, but you have that full ambidexterity going there. As far as actual button locks, I think I only have a couple. Kind of on the higher end, the Freeman Outdoors 451 folder, also made out of S45 VN. That one goes for I think that was $425. That one has crazy action. I will go ahead and link that review up there that I did previously on this one. So that's a little bit higher priced one. You're looking at $130 more or so. But then kind of on the lower end of a heavier dutier, again, not heavy duty, but heavier dutier button locks. I think the Hogue X03, they sell one with aluminum framing, but this one happens to be whatever the glass filled nylon. So this is a little bit cheaper. This is about $150. It's not quite as smooth and that sort of stuff. They also do sell a 4-inch blade of that, so it would be more similar in size. But I think those might be some comparisons or alternatives that really you could consider for this button lock world, and kind of a little bit heavier hitters for those. Let's jump into the pros of this knife. The comfort in hand is actually insane. I have medium large hands. This one could extend out to a little bit larger hands, and it's really good in every position. Pull cuts, everything. There's really not a bad position, including the clip works just fine there, so that's really good. This is a tough as hell knife, no blade play any direction. I definitely did a lot of work underneath the car on this one, and very, very nice. So plus it was a kind of a comfortable carry. It's not super large. If we do let's go ahead and bring out just like the 8020 there. That one is a much bigger profile and basically entirely sandwiches that one. It's probably more similar to the Hogue X03 in terms of carry, but of course it does have that little bit longer blade. So really appreciate that. This has a great heat treat. I'm not a metallurgist. I'm not going to get into those arguments about should we do higher HRC or whatever, but I will just tell you I did have to sharpen this up. That'll be one of the cons we'll talk about. But you can kind of tell when you need to go through a full resharpening, and I actually, I'm not even fully done with this. I'm actually on my way to convexing that thing down to about 20 degrees-ish of an angle, and so I'm having to do some actual reprofiling. I am sad to say that one side was a little bit higher than 20 and the other just a little bit lower, so I am going to have to do that. That's why I said I'm not fully done with this. I'm working on reprofiling that. We're getting there, though, and it's definitely good, and I can tell you that the heat treat is very solid because it's taking a lot of patience and time, and it's not chipping out at all. So for my money, that's really good. The button goodness is great. You know, you can use that. You can use the flipper, though I do have to use a little bit more wrist. This one definitely is designed, or detented, so to speak, or set up for resistance with, for the butt, or for the thumb studs, rather. And it's very left-hand friendly. I'll see if I can flick it out. I'm not the greatest, kind of. But, so, really, it's got all the good stuff we like about the button locks. Actually, let me go ahead and show it in gloves. It works really well even in gloves. And you can't say that about a whole lot of knives in terms of deployment and retraction. No problems there. You can retract it back. You might catch it on the gloves. Thumb studs work great. So yeah, as far as a knife goes in gloves, that's definitely why I say it's a heavier dutier. I know that's not really necessarily a word. But the last thing I'll say on this one is the aluminum hard anodizing is something special on this one. This one definitely hit a lot of corners, and it was in my pocket and was bumping up against cars, corners of the house, some concrete on the ground, and there's just no damage to it. So I think whatever they did to hard anodize that on the aluminum frame is really, really good. Very fantastic job on that. Oh God, he's starting out with fantastic again. Let's jump into some of the cons on this one. I already did mention it had some poor sharpening from manufacturing. It was, I feel bad because they spent such a good time, or they spent such a good effort getting the apex really good, but it was literally left flat on top. They never quite created a burr and then worked that thing out. So I did have to work through that. Definitely, I didn't mind it. Like I said, it helped reveal the fact about the good blade hardness, and really the heat treat of it was pretty good. So, but I didn't like having to do that. Like I said, I'm still not done with this knife. I have to actually spend a little bit more time, but I have it about 2/3 to about 80% done. The flipper resistance is kind of weak on this knife. If you have the weight down, for example, there's no way you're going to be basically push buttoning this. You definitely have to take a full swing at a light switch on that one, and it's very easy to fail, like I said. So it's definitely more designed for the thumb studs, and I don't mind that because I tend to use thumb studs anyway, but for the most part. But if you're looking for the flipper sort of action, it's definitely not the best flipper on there. And kind of what ties into that also that I didn't like at all is you can kind of see all of my skin. This is quite crisp. I won't say sharp. It's not going to cut you, but this back where you land here is definitely not chamfered at all. And it just, look at that. It just peels off your fingernails very easily. And so it's very uncomfortable. For this one, given the fact that you do have to do a full light switch and you land right into that channel, no good. That's a no bueno for me. So didn't really appreciate that. And the last thing is that they didn't take the opportunity. These button locks make for great left-handedness, and the way that they design this is really nice. They could have even put basically these channels, these cut channels in there on one side, replace these two, put a pocket hole or a pocket clip receiver on the other side to change that, and it would have been fantastic. Oh gosh, there he goes again with his fantastic stuff. So I think this was definitely a missed opportunity to help out left-handers, just because, like I said, these knives do lend themselves well, and as far as the left hand goes, there's really no problem of you hitting that because you have that guard up there. So yeah, definitely missed opportunity. I'm going to take a quick break here and say that I am going to give away this CRKT Pilar. This was one of the ones on a review or a video that I did of knives that I just don't resonate with me anymore. But if you would like to enter into this, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at Mitchell Bolig, DM me the word Pilar, Pilar. if I get any takers on this one by October 1st, 2022, I'm going to throw any of those, on October 1st I should say, I'm going to go ahead and just put any of those into a random number generator, and I will let you know if you won this knife. So if you're interested again in the CRKT Pilar, I'll go ahead and link the review to that up there. But if you want that, that's all you got to do. Just basically follow me, DM me, and October 1st. And if I get no takers by October 1st, if you haven't made it this far, if nobody made it this far in the review, then first person that, you know, gets it in the future. The last one I actually went 6 weeks, only had one entrance, so you may have a chance to win that Pilar quite easily. And I'll, of course, pay for the shipping as well. Back to your regularly scheduled review. Overall, I would say the Spartan Pallas is a great user knife, very tough. Something you can work with. It's going to last. You can definitely, like I said, side to side, this thing is super strong, fits nice in the hand. They did good chamfering for the comfort in the hand. It's a good cutter, not a great slicer. I think it really, they have some really good hits on this knife, but they did miss, for me, really, I think the biggest opportunity they missed is to make this left-handed. And as far as I could tell, I've not been able to see that they actually sell a left-handed one of these. So, you know, it's a good knife. I would say not a great knife for the $300 price. I mean, it's like I said, it's a good knife, and if you want to use it, absolutely, it's a great knife. But just a little missed opportunity. Hope you did enjoy this. If you did, like and subscribe, and have a great day. Take care now. This knife was designed by Curtis Iovito. Sorry, I got a mosquito in my face here. Let's start that again.